Hey y'all, it's Christine, and I'm here with part 2 of creating a wintering journal. So we've got some little updates to go over. So I wanted to start writing last night because thoughts, cold, winter, things I had on my mind. So like for instance, the fact that one of the traditions of wintering I've just incorporated into my life, Beulah bird watcher. Is to start a wintry book when it gets wintry. Update on this book. I somehow missed it. I think it does say it on the back. Maybe not, but by chapter 2, she says she wants to go to Antarctica to follow these Arctic terns. It's a post-apocalyptic novel, or however you want to look at it. The animals, like there are no monkeys or chimpanzees left at all and stuff. So she wants to follow these Arctic terns. When they get to Antarctica, she's decided that she's done being alive, whatever that means to her. So just heads up, that's in chapter 2, but I could see for some people that could be a no-go. I'm very curious what's going to happen, and I'm here for it. I've loved it. I also got the audio on Libro, which is a independent way to support booksellers and still get the audio. And the audio is really good. So just a little heads up. I didn't want to get in trouble for that. It's not technically a recommendation yet. Also, the issue of what am I going to do, because this isn't ready yet. I'm going to use last year's. Now, this book series I know is very problematic. So I don't teach with this book series. But I found this beautiful copy of The Long Winter. Let me show you. And the cover was just so winter. And all I remember about this particular book is my dad read it to us, and it would, like, I don't even know what the book is, because all I remember is that it snowed, and it snowed, and it snowed, and it snowed. Like, every chapter was like, and it snowed. And having chronic illnesses, I feel like that can be how it feels. So I thought this was a beautiful cover. I do like Garth Williams' illustration style, but I took out the entire book block. So it's just my stuff in it. So I'm not celebrating this particular author in this way. But what I realized was last winter, I used the first signature, but I still have 2 full signatures that I have not used. So last night I wrote a couple pages, and I thought I would show you the rest of the signatures. I really love the signature I used. I mean, these pages too. I used some gesso. I tried to think of things I might have had too. So there's Shakespeare, quilting, farm instruments. I have some family history as, I guess, settler invaders. And so that's a history that we'll have to reckon with, but it's also my family history. Some paper that I think it was already dyed blue, and then I used some sprays on it. It's coffee dyed paper, winter art, lots of dyed paper here. Some paper where I put lace on top and then sprayed it. Player piano paper. I used some Tim Holtz, like the old, like thicker washi he had. And this is wallpaper. It's really nice wallpaper. Here's a sticker I have mixed feelings about. I did not try, but I deserve a sticker anyway, which I do think I always deserve a sticker. But I do always feel like I'm trying. Maybe that's the point. Maybe I should not try sometimes. I don't know. So lots of coffee dyed paper. Some of this beautiful paper from Studio Lou that I thought looked very wintry and has blue tones, if you can see it in person. Some old scrapbook paper. I mean, like from 2004 scrapbook paper. I love these little birds. Some ideals. I have trouble with ideals magazines. They have beautiful imagery, but excuse me, in some of the ideals that they idealize I'm not comfortable with, but they do have nice art sometimes. So that paper. This is actually fabric from like a quilted, or a fabric to make quilt squares. So it's more of the same, really. So I've decided, I don't know why I have this all closed up. think I just had this clip in here. There's more of the wallpaper in a different tone. I put some birds in here. Put some birds on it last year. And just some really pretty paper that makes me feel wintry. So I'm just going to go ahead and use this. And because I have, you know, this little bit of a quilt that I made last year, or little, not quilt, quilted stuff that I used to make a paper quilt last year. So I'm going to continue to use this journal and see how it goes. So that way I can enjoy writing and I can enjoy making this journal, not feeling stressed out about it. So, and in terms of this being problematic book, I don't know. I haven't read it since 10th grade, so maybe I should have reread it, but I remember really liking it. And it was funny, we were doing one of those, you know, quizzes. Sometimes they have on YouTube, they're like, guess the book by the character. And to be fair, it was a dog, and they said the dog was Buck, and I was like, oh, it's got to be called the Wild. But the minute I saw Buck, I was like, oh, I mean, I remembered, you know what I mean? Like, it's the things you don't know that you remember. The other thing on my desk right now is last year I got an advent calendar. This is just one of the boxes. They're so beautiful, from Legami, and I can't order one this year because of tariffs, etc., etc., etc. I don't think they'll even ship to the US. But I wanted to refill it. So I went, like, throughout the year, the Art Asylum, I was thinking, what can I put in this art, in this, oh my goodness, advent calendar. So I put some stamps in for today. So this was today's, December 1st, and someone special gave me these to use. And so today's was a beautiful Stampin' Up! Stamp that I thought would be fun to make with this. And then I have a thing about cute angels. They're just cute. I just like them. And then this is a German, in German, it's This Book Belongs To. So I did try to stamp this in the long winter. It's one of those things I think you have to, yes, okay, to show. Stamp it to begin with, because you can barely see it. You know what I could do is maybe I could trace it. So my initials. So this has some pockets. Oh, y'all, I do love this journal, so I'm glad I'm using it again, because it's got this flannel in it. If you're not sure what to do about the problematic issues in the Laura Ingalls Wilder books, if you are from a white background, I highly recommend reading Louise Erdrich's, what's the series called? The Birchbark House. Because it's the same age, same time period, but it talks about what's happening to the indigenous people at the same time. Anyway, so I really recommend those. Those are really, really good. And yeah, so I tried to use this stamp. I meant to say that earlier about these books. The Birchbark, I'll link it. I'll make a note to myself. I will link Louise's. She even has her own bookstore. Oh, if you can ever go to Minneapolis. She has a beautiful bookstore that you should check out. Yes, I am someone, I think I might have put on social media, who definitely, sometimes I will plan road trips based on what bookstores I can go to. Okay, so as I was watching a video, I noticed, as I was editing videos, I noticed that I was using this wrong yesterday. So, ooh, they stick to my stand. I like that. That makes sense. So, let's try it the way it's supposed to work. I hope that these staples work in here, because I used up I may have used up all the big staples. I hope I haven't. But these ones are blue too, so, you know, that might just be, excuse me, perfect. So let's do it the correct way, see if it works. I think I'm gonna take these off as much as it kills me, because Defemeremba is going on, which is so much fun to watch. And I've never participated, but because usually I don't think I have this stuff. And I shouldn't have said that in one of the videos, because you can use whatever you have. But today's prompt is moth-eaten, and I have this stuff. And I was like, ooh, I could make some kind of moth-eaten thing for this book, and that would be really cool in, you know, the idea of like the moth-eaten sweater and everything. So I'm going to try it. We're going to see how it goes. All right, so let's put our staples in, my staples. So I watched myself And I did it like this with the other book. Like it was on top of. What I'm nervous about is I can't really see where it is. So okay. I'll try one time and then we're moving to plan B. Okay, plan B. I don't know if I showed you guys last time. I did make really cute journal cards with this stapler. It is good for adding thick elements to stuff. Okay. All right, moving right along. So we're gonna do the other way that you can bind books if it really hurts. Well, there's lots of ways, but I'm going to do grommets in here. So I'm not sure how much I want to do on screen because this is really difficult to do for me. But I'll show you how I do one and then we'll go from there. How's that? So what I was doing here was I had this netting I was using to glue it in, but I don't even know if I need the muslin if I'm going to do it directly into the spine. I don't think I do. So if you are a measurer and you love to measure, this is the time for you to like go have a coffee or find a different video. And I don't mean it in a mean way. I mean like I'm going to make you crazy. I'm going to make you very uncomfortable, I should say. So I'm going to use this and I'm just going to eyeball this in the middle. Okay. Now I will not eyeball the other side. I will use a ruler because I would like it to look straight-ish. I feel pinned in my workspace. I may have to move this whole, I've got scraps to my left and there, I'm not sure it's working for me just because it just feels so close. Okay, so I can see that dot. You might not be able to see that dot. So I'm just gonna go. That does not look right to me, but I'm gonna trust the ruler. Okay, so we're gonna put in our first grommet. Why do I want to call them grommets? Is there a difference? Grommets or eyelets? Inquiring minds want to know. I want to use these tiny ones. I've never used them before. I'm worried they're not going to work because of how thick the binding is. Let's use these. It's kind of in between. They're not giant, but they're not tiny. And if I don't have enough of the exact ones, I don't mind because these are kind of, yeah, see, these are really, I really want the tiny ones. We're gonna try the tiny ones, why not? All right, that's part of why I decided to make this journal not the one I used this year, because that way I can just enjoy the process. And if it gets messed up, if I decide I don't want to do it, oh well. Okay, so these are these super tiny ones I found when I was thrifting. I want to use, excuse me, that color. I mean, I don't even know if they're gonna, like if they're big enough to go through. Let's see. Try to stay in frame. Might. It might. Let's see. Especially since this is I imagine this is something he would have with him, the author, on his trip. Okay, that looks good. It can be really, really grungy. This is not like a fancy journal. Oh, we've already gotten a stain on it at our house. Let's see. But even stain, I'm trying to learn to be less precious about certain things. Warning, this is kind of this is a sad story. My brother-in-law passed away about 10 years ago now, a long time. And adored him. And one time he was looking at my scrapbooks and he got barbecue sauce on one, and at the time I was horrified because they were like, you know, the big 12 by 12s with the fabric cover and everything. But now he's gone, and there's his, oh, these aren't straight. Oh well. And there's his little mark on my scrapbooks, and it's amazing how, like, now it doesn't matter to me. I'm like, oh, there he was. He was here. He was real. Okay, let's see. I'm just going for it. And then in theory, since it worked so well the first time, I think you're supposed to line these up like guards, right? Like little guardrails, right? And it should all be straight in theory. Y'all, I have the fireplace on today because it is chilly. Of course, with my hormonal self, I'm still pretty warm. If you guys have not, if you're in the similar situation and you've not checked out the We Do Not Care Club on Instagram, you should check it out. She's hilarious. Talks about aging and what we just do not care that much about anymore. Okay. All right, this is crooked, but it is what it is. Okay. What I do care about is how this mat is shiny. So the next time I get a chance to get out, I think I'm gonna rectify that situation. All right. I use the brassy one, so I need 1, 2, 3. And no, I cannot find my tweezers right now, unfortunately. 3, 4. Now, I'm gonna leave these out because I had an idea. They're Ephemerumba prompt, and I will link to Ephemerumbas. They're so fun, Louisa and Barbara. The prompt is moth-eaten page tabs, and I found these that I found thrifting, and something about them, they're probably really painful to look at because they're shiny, but they're really old. Do you remember Seven Gypsies, that company? If you're a scrapbooker, you might. They have these plastic things in them that I think might be really cool, like on the edge of a page. So I may make some of these that match to go with this journal. Okay, put these in. And as promised, after I attach these, I will pause, make the rest of the, I might make the rest of the journal. Ooh, it's so crooked. Wow. Okay. Okay. We're embracing it. Yike. I don't know. I may just have to make the rest of this on my own. Not because of the crookedness, but because, along with the weather, if you know, you know, my fingers are not happy. So I may have to do this another time. We'll see. Okay. I'll be gentler on my hand this way, maybe. Okay, worked. Let's see. So, at least in the U.S., it looks like the Midwest has been getting so much snow, and up in the northern parts of the Midwest. Whoo-hoo, so crooked. That's okay. Okay. Put that away for now. And my idea was I was just going to do the same thing here with the grommets and then lace it through. And, well, let's do it. Okay. I'm willing to try this with this journal as well. So in theory, right, if this is about, if I've used the same measurement, and I keep them straight, I should be able to thread it through, yeah, right there in the middle. So let's get some thread. Excuse me. I think I was in the middle of saying something. Oh, because this is my wintering journal and I don't use it for a long period of time, I think I can get away with trying something different. And if it falls apart, I'll be like, well, I won't do that again. Let's see, how's that? That's just fine. All right, so I'll connect this one and then I'll do the rest off camera and come back and do a flip through when the whole thing is done. I don't think I even need that much because I'm just doing 2 holes. Let's see. And I guess it's sexist to think that if the guy narrator of this book was making it, he might not make it perfect, because maybe he would. Maybe he would be a completely fastidious gentleman who would have to have it just right. All right. And that, my good folks, is how this journal is going to get bound. So still not perfectly easy on the fingers, but much easier for me. So I will do the rest of this off camera, and I will do a full flip through when it's time. I might do a different short video about trying to make a moth-eaten page tab. But this is where we'll stop here. So if you have other tricks about how you make journals that don't kill your hands, please let me know. I need to put corners on here so that it doesn't just peel up. But thanks for hanging out with me. It feels a little, I try not to say chaotic. It's trial and error, right? Learning online, learning together. So take good care, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.